South Louisiana Bank, we're great at banking, but we're great at a lot of other stuff too.
Is that a new rod and reel?
Hey, a girl's got a fish.
We care about the community we live in and the people we serve. We're not just like you. We are you.
Are you boiling crawfish?
No, just letting them soak.
We're proud to be here and work for the place and the people we love. South Louisiana Bank. It's in the name.
Everyone, welcome to Houma's POW MIA ceremony. This is our third year to conduct this ceremony, and I would like to take a moment to thank the three people that were very engineering this avenue and ceremony for today. First of all, our board president, Mr. James LeConte, the gentleman in black, represents the Houma Downtown Development Corporation, and he steers this committee. Mr. Murdoch Gilmore, he was very influential in getting this all started in the first place, and Mr. John Prejean. Thank you, gentlemen, very much for all that you do. It's my honor today to be here and to proceed over this ceremony. And with further ado, I would like to introduce, the prayer will be presented by Sergeant First Class Jonathan Bennett, U.S. Army recruiter, and right after, the pledge will be by Commander Bruce Wells, Executive Officer for the U.S. Coast Guard Marine Safety Unit. Thank you, gentlemen.
If everybody could please, uncover your headgear, please. And bow your heads, please. Our Heavenly Father, at such time and place as we know not, comrades are being held against their will in hostile circumstances, prisoners of war and those missing in action who did not return. We plead for assistance in our efforts to bring them home. Our hearts bleed for the families of these veterans. May we not forget their sacrifice and be reminded by this vacant chair of the duty towards them. Amen. Amen.
Veterans and service members, hand salute. Everyone else, hand over your heart, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Ready, two.
Good afternoon. I want to thank everybody for putting this together. I know this is the third time we're doing this, and it's felt like something we could do every day, and it still wouldn't be enough to show the appreciation we have for those that have made the sacrifice and continue to make the sacrifice. Those are not with us and those that still need to be returned. I feel like every day we should be fighting everything we can to make sure we get those people back. And so I also want to thank everyone that's up here for the services you have provided, that you have and continue to provide, that combined with everything that we are able to do, everything we do every day. Me standing here being parish president doesn't happen without the sacrifice that those have given for our freedoms that we have, that we cherish every day. So I'd like to read this proclamation. City of Houma, Louisiana, Parish of Terrebonne, a proclamation. Whereas National POW MIA Recognition Day was established in 1979 by President Jimmy Carter and is commemorated annually on the third Friday of September as an opportunity to honor and recognize our brave service members who are classified as prisoners of war or missing in action. And whereas National POW MIA Recognition Day is a day to acknowledge family, friends, and veterans who are awaiting recovery and identification of missing and unaccounted for service members from our nation's past wars, conflicts. And whereas acknowledged in 2019, World War II pilot Newt Hensley designed the POW MIA flag made in black and white to symbolize sorrow, anxiety, hope. And whereas the POW MIA flag will be flown daily in all places the United States flag is flown, including Terrebonne Parish Courthouse, the Terrebonne Parish Government Tower, the Sheriff's Office, and the Houma Police Department. And whereas National POW MIA Recognition Day is a time where Terrebonne Parish residents can stand with POW MIAs and their families and support those who serve our nation in defense of values we hold dear. And whereas National POW MIA Recognition Day at Terrebonne Parish is an opportunity to honor service members who were held captive and returned, as well as those who remain missing. And whereas National POW MIA Recognition Day and other military events help bridge the community and military to build trust and support. Therefore be it resolved by the Terrebonne Parish Council on behalf of the Parish President, Jason W. Bergeron, and the entire Terrebonne Parish Consolidated Government, that the day of September 20th, 2024 be hereby proclaimed as National POW MIA Recognition Day in Terrebonne Parish. Presented this 20th day of September 2024, signed by the Parish President and the Council Chair, John Amity, and supported by the entire Terrebonne Parish Council. Who would like to receive this? Go ahead. Thank you. Thank you. I want to get a picture real quick.
Are they able to get us all?
And again, thank everybody for putting this together. You know, I look at this empty chair and know that there are countless empty chairs and empty beds and empty places that members of our military should be or could be. And so I'd just like to have a moment of silence to remember those and thank them for their service. Thank you. With that being said, I'd like to call up our Sheriff, Mr. Tim Saunier, up to say a few words.
I thought I'd get away without the mic, but I don't have a problem saying anything. But I'll sum it up. Look, everybody has served, but we honor our brothers and sisters who have not returned. But I usually do a quick speech, but I can recite the oath with every military member. I do solemnly swear to support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, and I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same. That particular paragraph, there's one different word, officer, and I take this obligation freely without mental reservation or purpose of evasion. What that means is they sign their name on a blank check up to their life and not return them to their families. And today, the ones that didn't make it, we honor those. And we'll continue to honor those. But thank y'all for letting me say a few words. God bless you. To my brothers and sisters that continue to serve, we still rock on, and we still serve our country proudly. Thank y'all, and we'll definitely represent our brothers and sisters and put in a good name for those guys that have not returned. God bless you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sheriff. Thank you, Parish President. Mr. Murdoch Gilmore will read the POW and MIA missing man table. Murdoch Gilmore, Lieutenant Colonel, U.S. Army, retired, and District 3 Commander, VFW Department. After Murdoch is finished, Mr. John Prejean, Sergeant, U.S. Marine, and Junior Past Commandant, Houma Terrebonne Marine Corps League. He will read the POW MIA created flag 1972. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
We are here today to honor previous prisoners of war and those missing in action on this National POW MIA Recognition Day. If you've ever been to a military ball, stepped inside a chow hall, or attended an event at a military veterans association, you've likely noticed the small round table that is always set but never occupied. and we have such a table to our left, to my left. This table is to remind viewers of those service members who have fallen, are missing, or imprisoned on foreign soil. The tradition of setting a separate table in honor of our prisoners of war and missing comrades has been in place since the end of the Vietnam War. The manner of which this table is decorated is full of special symbols to help us remember our brothers and sisters in arms. The significance of the POW MIA table is called to attention during the toast of the evening of an important part of military banquets, as an individual remembrance in the Chow Hall, or the recognition ceremony at a Veterans Association meeting. This is to remember our previous prisoners of war, or the more than 80,000 American service personnel that are still missing from previous conflicts. It is also a reminder that the strength of those who fight for our country oftentimes rest in the traditions that are upheld today. Thank you.
Thank you. I want to tell y'all about the origin of the POW MIA flag. Lieutenant Commander Michael George Hoff was a member of Attack Squadron 86. On January the 7th, 1970, he piloted a single-seat A-7A Corsair II on a ground attack mission. While strafing enemy ground targets in the mission area, Lieutenant Commander Hoff transmitted that his aircraft was hit and he would bail out. His Corsair then crashed and burned nearby. Other pilots on the mission reported seeing evidence that Lieutenant Commander Hoff had possibly ejected from his aircraft before the crash. Although no parachute was seen, a low-level search of the ground area found small pieces of wreckage but no sign of Hoff, and the enemy presence in the area prevented ground inspections at the crash site. Lieutenant Commander Hoff remains unaccounted for. While carried in the status of MIA, the Navy promoted Lieutenant Commander Hoff to the rank of commander, and like so many other service members, he performed his job with honor and dignity. Now move forward to 1971. During the Vietnam War, Mary Hoff, wife of missing in action Lieutenant Commander Michael Hoff, proposed the creation for American prisoners of war, a symbol for American prisoners of war and those who are MIA. The POW MIA flag was created for the National League of Families of American Prisoners and Missing in Southeast Asia, and was officially recognized by the U.S. Congress in conjunction with the Vietnam War POW MIA issue as a symbol of our nation's concern and commitment to resolve as fully as possible the fates of Americans still prisoner, missing, and unaccounted for in Southeast Asia, thus ending the uncertainty for their families and the nation. The National League of Families National Coordinator Evelyn Grubb, wife of a POW, oversaw the flag development and also campaigned to gain its widespread acceptance and use by the federal government, local governments, and civilian organizations across the United States. Norm Revke was vice president of sales for Annan Flag Company and said that Mary Hoff called out of the blue, and he had no idea what the League of Families was when she called. He stated he went to the president of Annan Flags, Randy Beard, and there was no hesitation. He said absolutely Annan would be honored to create that flag. Revke turned over the job of designing the flag to Annan's small advertising agency, Hayden Advertising, where the task was assigned to graphic artist Newton F. Heisley. That name was mentioned in the proclamation. Heisley, who died in 2009,
was a World War II veteran. After coming home from the war with a Bronze Star, he received a degree in fine arts from Syracuse University and eventually went to work for Hayden Advertising. After getting the POW MIA flag assignment, Heisley sat down at his drawing table and sketched 3 different designs. The one he chose had an image of a gaunt man in the profile with a guard tower and a strand of barbed wire in the background, which is design that we recognize today. And when Annan began producing the flag, Heisley was still tweaking its design. Interestingly, Heisley modeled the flag silhouette on his 24-year-old son, who was on leave from the Marine Corps and looking gaunt while recovering from hepatitis. Heisley also pinned the words that are stitched on the banner, "You are not forgotten." Heisley told the Colorado Springs Gazette in 1997 the flag was intended for a small group and no one realized it was going to get national attention. Nearly a decade later, in 1982, it became the only flag other than the Stars and Stripes to fly over the White House. It was first displayed there on POW MIA Recognition Day. In 1989, the flag was installed in the Capitol's rotunda. Historians and experts believe that it has the distinction of being the only non-national flag that any government anywhere in the world has mandated to be flown regularly. That began with a 1990 law to recognize the POW MIA flag and designate the 3rd Friday of September as National POW MIA Recognition Day. In 1989, it was mandated that the POW MIA flag be flown over the Capitol, the White House, the Korean and Vietnam Veterans Memorials, and the offices of the Secretaries of State, Defense, and Veterans Affairs of the Selective Service System, and on the grounds or in the lobbies of every major military installation, even post office and all VA medical centers and national cemeteries on 6 days: POW MIA Recognition Day, Armed Forces Day, Memorial Day, Flag Day, 4th of July, and Veterans Day. And since then, many states have passed laws that also mandate flying the POW MIA flag. For example, requirements that POW MIA flags be flown on or near every state capital on the same holidays as the national law, laws requiring every state agency and institution of higher education and every county, city, and town to display the flag on the same day, the same 6 holidays. Florida requires the flag at state parks year-round. Arizona enacted a law requiring the POW MIA flag to be flown over every town and every city hall, Superior Court building, and county offices on the designated holidays. And in 2011, Idaho became the first state to require that the POW MIA flag be flown over all state buildings 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, or until such time as our unaccounted for and missing members of the armed forces are returned. And that's the origin of the POW MIA flag. The POW MIA Accounting Agency in 2003 stated that there were 121 recoveries in 2023. In 2024 so far, there are 87 recoveries. 2 from Vietnam, 22 from the Korean War, and 63 from World War II. So the effort goes on, and we will not stop. And that's the conclusion of that. Now, Mr. Aaron Trish, if you would all stand, will honor us with taps.
I'd like to thank everyone for taking the time to come out today. Before ending, I know everyone on this stage would like to take some photos. I believe Murdoch would like them at the bandstand. If you could please take some time so that way we could document this day. And also the Houma Elks Lodge is on Main Street. It's right around the corner. For veterans, the meal is free. And for non-veterans, it's $5. I would like to thank the Elks for taking the time to celebrate this day and remember our POW and MIA soldiers. This concludes the afternoon. Thank you so much for attending.
DFW. Okay. Done? Yeah.
How you doing? Jason Bergeron, Parish President. We're out here at the Courthouse Square recognizing POW MIA Recognition Day. It's the third time we do it in our parish. We're out here reminded of those who didn't make it back, who lost their lives, and those that are still serving with us. And so we're grateful to them for allowing us to have the freedoms that we have every day, and we could celebrate this every day, and it wouldn't be enough. When I look at this event, this event means, again, just for me to be here in Terrebonne Parish, being Parish President, to be free, all those things are brought to me by those who have given those sacrifices, and without those people, we don't have the great country we have today. And so I'm very honored and humbled to be here to honor those that have given all.
All right, my name is John Prejean. I'm the Junior Past Commandant of the Houma Terrebonne Marine Corps League. Today is POW MIA Day. This program began 3 years ago when the Terrebonne Parish Downtown Development Committee, or Improvement Committee, whichever it's called, approached and asked if we could start a celebration to honor MIAs and POWs. This is the third year we do it. We try to do something different every year. The importance of this is to bring recognition that our servicemen, some are still missing, and some are still unaccounted for, and we need an accounting for everybody that served this country and didn't make it home.
I'm Murdoch Gilmore, retired Lieutenant Colonel, U.S. Army. Currently, I am the 3rd District Commander for the Veterans of Foreign Wars. POW MIA Recognition Day is an important day that all citizens should go ahead and consider because it recognizes the sacrifices that have been made by service members. Those service members that have been left behind as missing in action, those service members that were previously held as prisoners of war, and the general sacrifices made by service members as a whole. We hold this day very dearly, and it's very important that that we go ahead and recognize it. And we thank the Terrebonne Parish government, the City of Houma, the downtown development community for assisting us in the ceremony to do this recognition.
Today's social media segment is brought to you by Terrebonne General Health System. Your health is our legacy. Rouse's, you're either local or you're not. Buick, the craft of modern luxury. St. Martin and Bourke, know your rights.